Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and today we're going to Punta Cana. So me and my wife went to Punta Cana about a month ago. It's taken me a little while to edit this video because I've never done this part. And so it's kind of, if you guys saw my Puerto Rico video, it's going to be similar like that. You know, it's going to be videos and pictures with some music and me kind of talking throughout it, whatever. However, I figured, let me throw in some tips, some travel tips, some pro travel hacks, if you will. So I'm going to throw some up in there. And, you know, we stayed at a all-inclusive resort for 7 nights, 8 days. It's Bavaro Princess Resorts. Very nice place. Biggest all-inclusive resort we've ever stayed at. We actually didn't, we ate at a different restaurant every single night, and we still didn't hit them all up before we left. And that's actually probably the first tip I'm going to tell you. If you ever go to an all-inclusive, all the ones I've stayed at least, you basically have to reserve your dinner for like either that night or usually like the next night. So what you need to know, or what you need to find out when you get to these resorts or before you get there, is make sure that you have a reservation for the first night. You know, you might have to call ahead and stuff like that, but try to find out what the best restaurants are so you're not missing out, especially if you're only there for like 4 days or something like that. And, you know, there's like 7 restaurants. You don't want to go to the crappier restaurants when there's better ones. So just, you know, a little bonus tip before we even get into it. But let's see, let's go into Punta Cana. First, the tip here is, you know, anytime you're traveling, no matter where you're going, so it's a tip for any kind of traveling, always check the duty-free if you're traveling internationally. They have a lot of duty-free bottles that you can only buy at the airports. I was looking specifically for the new Knob Creek that's duty-free, and I'm always looking for the Wild Turkey Rare Breed non-chill filter, which they had in the arrivals. You'll find out later on they did not have it in the departures. Sad. Yeah, tip 2, before you even get over there, is make sure you have, you call the resort and see if they have a shuttle or some kind of service that's going to be there at when you land. This place had a service that I went to. They brought me over to the vehicle to bring me over. But someplace, I remember one time we went to, like, I think in Mexico, and there's just so many people attacking you to like, hey, you need a taxi, you need a taxi, you need a taxi. And if you don't have it set up, it's going to be kind of overwhelming with nonsense. This one might be a little bit controversial, especially if you're probably not American and you're watching this for some reason. Tip, and tip heavy. Now, if you go all-inclusive, everything's paid for, but they still kind of appreciate those tips. And we found out real quick when we tipped heavy, especially like in the first couple days, they remember and they take care of you the whole trip. Now, if you're only there for a couple days, you really don't care. But if you're at a resort for like a week, you want that extra little attention. Because I remember one night we went to this place right here, the 24-hour Rebels bar. We went one night and it was completely packed, no seats. They remembered us. They made a table for us. So, you know, I always recommend tipping. I'm a generous tipper, so I know some people don't want to tip about whatever, but my tip would be to tip. Okay, now this is a tip for any kind of like vacation you're going someplace hot. Bring these like double wall, like metal, like these are brewmates. Some of my wife buys these brewmates, whatever brand. But when you go over there, especially the all-inclusive, you can just bring this right up to the bar. They will fill it up with whatever you want. You don't have to pay for anything. You're gonna get it anyways. But what they're gonna give it to you is in plastic cups. People drop in the pools. It gets hot. It condensates. You know, it's not covered. You get drinks in here. It's gonna stay cold. You could drop it. Nothing's gonna happen. You get a lot more. You can get it at the bar. Go to the beach. You don't have to keep going back and forth because it's bigger. These things is a crazy good thing. And I also have like the little ones that are like rock glasses that are the metal ones with the tops. Dude, get stuff like this for your travels. They're the biggest tip for me when you're traveling to a warm climate, for sure, is something like this. This is a pretty easy one. If you ever go to any like Mexico or any of these Caribbean islands, they always have these markets. They have people always coming up to you trying to sell different stuff, souvenirs and stuff. Everything's negotiable. Never pay the asking price. You can always bundle. You can always get the price way lower than they're asking. I'm going to do a whole video on fake Cubans. And when you guys are watching this, because you're going to be watching this on Wednesday, I think April 2nd, I'll actually be in Cuba smoking some real cigars when you guys are watching this. So you'll see a couple Cuban cigar videos coming out soon after this, but all this is fake. Anything that has these little glass cover things so you can see the cigars, all that's fake. And you can tell by the pricing and stuff. But I'm going to do a whole video dedicated to, you know, how to tell what a Cuban cigar is versus fake, real, and stuff like that. along those lines is I always bring my own cigars no matter where I go. Even when I'm going to Cuba next week, I'm bringing cigars. If it's for my own consumption or to trade, like in Cuba, I'm bringing cigars mainly to trade with people because maybe they can't get the cigars we can get easily here. But either way, all my travels, I'm always bringing cigars, and I always bring them in these things. These like little Pelican case things, different sizes. Like this holds like 4 or 5 cigars. This is like 8. And then I have this one I've been using a lot more now. There's a little bit bigger ones, probably like 10 to 15 cigars, depending on the size. But if you go on TSA's website, you know, they're kind of shady about like you bringing a lighter on the plane. But if you put it in one of those in your check bag, they're okay with it because it's like an air sealed tight container and it's approved, whatever. So I always bring some cigars, a lighter, and a cutter in one of those. I've never had any issues. I have had issues when I try to bring a lighter like as a carry-on, like in my backpack or something. So just, you know, you kind of look at the rules and stuff like that. But if you're a cigar smoker, get one of these little ones. If you have a check bag, throw it in there. Always. So this one is maybe just a Punta Cana type thing. So I put in liquor stores like in my GPS, and I went to 2 of them. One of them didn't really have much. You're gonna see one's gonna have a little bit more. It's gonna be the one that's like cleaner, but like literally like little bodegas, like little convenience, little shops, like mom and pop shops. They had a way better whiskey selection. That may just be a Punta Cana thing, but just something to keep an eye out. This tip is, me included, don't be this guy. This guy was passed the heck out. People were trying to check on him. Just don't get to this point, especially when you're alone, because I didn't see any of his friends come out to help him out. So just, know your limits, guys, girls. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. I went to go look for the Wild Turkey non-chill filter rare breed. Apparently, that was only in the arrivals and on departures, which sucked. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for some more travel videos coming from Cuba and Kentucky, because that's where I'll be the next 2 weeks. Don't do nothing stupid. If you do, don't get caught. Bye.